I know that's right.
Mais comment ça va, Chef Harley Fondo, better known as the Parrain. Today we're making some shrimp and okra gumbo. Let's get started on what you need. So the first thing we're gonna have to do with all of this is smother some okra. So for that you're gonna need your okra, which I'm using some fresh frozen in the bag. And we got some onions, bell peppers, some fresh garlic. And then coming over here we got some roux. We got the seasoning we're gonna use is some Justin Wilson Original. And that's some bon cacao right there. And we got a little bit of homemade shrimp stock. And of course we got some shrimps. And some little tiny shrimp. But it's gonna get the job done. And last but not least, you're gonna need your rice, partner. So what we're gonna do right here is cut all these bell peppers and these onions. And then we're gonna cut the garlic and put the garlic in a separate little cup. But we're gonna cut this and mix it. And this is gonna be for a pound of shrimp. I got 3 bell peppers and I got 4 onions. You gotta make sure that don't fall. Now let's get started cutting that. Now here we are where all the magic happens, at the stove pot. So what we got here is 2 separate pots. We got one pot where we're going to do our okra in, and we're going to do the gumbo in another one. And you can do the okra the day before, which is normally how people do it around here. But I'm going to show you all how to do that. So you get your pot real hot, and you're going to put a little oil in there. Like that. Comme ça. You can drop a little onion and bell pepper in there to see if it sizzles. And it does, so it's ready. Now to all that mix I told you all to cut, you're going to use like 1/3 of it and save the rest for the gumbo. See, now we're cooking this down to where it has the little brown chips like I always tell you all about. And we get the little clear onion. And you can't read the newspaper through them, but they're clear. But you're gonna cook that down a little bit and then you're gonna add our okra. So after you cook that down, the next thing you're gonna do is put your okra in the pot and mix all that up. You know, you can see right here, that's what I mean by cooking the onions and bell peppers down. Making sure it all falls apart while you're doing it. Make sure you got enough oil so it don't stick too bad to the bottom. And you're gonna notice it's real slimy. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. But first, we're gonna season that with some Justin Wilson. You don't have to go too hard. You can have a part in flavor in the gumbo, but you don't want to put too much in there. Balance it out. So after you get all that mixed in there real good, you can see it's all slimy and stuff. There's a way to fix that. Usually if you just eat the smothered okra, you can put a little bit of tomatoes in there. But I don't do tomatoes in the gumbo. So I like to put a little vinegar. Table vinegar, just a little bit. And I mean a real little bit. I only put like 3 tablespoons in there. And it's going to be just enough to cut back on some of the slime that's happening. But you don't want all that in the gumbo. This is why you smother your okra before you put it in the gumbo for sure. Or else your gumbo So after it cooks, you're gonna add a little bit of vinegar at a time. Put another 3 tablespoons of that. And you're gonna notice as it cooks, it's magically gonna stop stringing off like this. It takes a little longer, so you gotta be patient. So after you toast that up real good, what we're gonna do is add a little water, about a cup. I'm using my little Crown Royal cup meat, and we're gonna put a little garlic in it. See, I chopped up a whole bulb of garlic right here. I'm gonna use like a third of that in the okra and then save the rest for the gumbo. And you mix all that up. Put your heat on like a medium to high heat and let it simmer. Don't let it stick. Alright, so as you cook down your okra, the water's gonna cook out of it as you go. So right here you're gonna add another little cup of water and let all that cook down again. You want to do that till you don't have no little slices like this no more. You want it to be all like a mush, like smothered. And then you're also gonna want to use that good Justin Wilson to season your shrimp while you're waiting and put that marinating before it's time to cook that. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna tell y'all a little joke. So it was a Saturday and Boudreaux was getting drunk watching the LSU game one afternoon. And for halftime he went for a little walk. And he was so drunk he ended up in a church house and made his way all the way into a confession booth. And the priest on the other side of the confession booth cleared his throat, tried to let himself be known there was someone in there. And Boudreaux didn't say nothing, then he knocked. And Boudreaux said, "Yeah, partner, I know there ain't no paper on this side neither." So you cook your okra down till it looks like this by adding a little water at a time and smashing it with the spoon till it gets real smooth like this. And we're gonna turn that on low and we're gonna start heating up our other pot to start the gumbo. So you're gonna start out with a little bit of oil at the bottom of the pot. Throw your onion in there. Watch out for your little fingers. And see it's sizzling, so we're gonna dump all that in there. I never really explained that, but if you put your onions and stuff in there before it's hot, before it's sizzling, it'll take a long time to heat up. That's why I always tell y'all to do that, in case y'all are wondering. So we're basically gonna cook this down just like I did the onions and bell peppers for the okra, and hopefully get it to stick a little bit. I'm gonna show y'all what to do from there. Alright, so now that this cooked down, we're about to add the water to it. And we're gonna put about 4 cups of water. And put that on high. And let that come to a boil, and we're gonna start adding roux to it. So once your water comes to a good rolling boil, we're gonna put like about half the jar of roux. And I'm gonna show y'all how to cook that down. You just want to make sure that doesn't burn to the bottom. Let that all melt in there and mix it real good. And it's not as much roux as I normally use because for shrimp and okra gumbo, the okra thickens it up a whole lot. So we don't need a whole lot of roux. So what we're gonna do right here is add the rest of that garlic and that shrimp base, but you can use that better than bouillon, lobster base, and it's about a tablespoon. And mix all that in there, chef. So once you cook that roux all the way down, you're gonna have to add a little bit more water so it don't stick to the bottom. And I'm gonna show y'all the consistency you end up with before you add your okra. So this is about how it ended up looking after I added the water. And what you're gonna do right here is add your okra. So you're just gonna put that all in there and mix it real good with your little spoon. And you're probably gonna have to add some more water right away because, like I said, okra really thickens it up a lot. So now once you add your water, it comes out about how you'd normally want it. But what we're gonna do is let it simmer on like a medium to high heat. And we're gonna let it cook down a couple times before we add our shrimp. Make it real good. All right, so now that you cooked that down a couple times and added water to it, it's time to add your shrimp. And your shrimp already has that seasoning on it if you did what I told you to do earlier. So we're gonna add the shrimp and a super special secret ingredient, a pinch of swamp dust. So really gonna set the cassons on fire. And you're gonna mix all that up real good. Have that on low. So we're gonna stir all that in there and let that cook. And shrimp don't take long to cook, so once they cooked, we're gonna taste it and see if we need to add any more seasoning. All right, so once your shrimp cooked down, you can go ahead and taste it. And if you feel like it needs some more seasoning, go ahead and use the habanero Justin Wilson this time. And it adds a little bit more spice to it. And it's got like a celery seed flavor to it too, and it really boosts the flavor of your gumbo. Once you do that, I'll show you what the consistency looks like. Then it's time to mange. Hey man, how y'all like that? I even got me some potato salad from the barbecue yesterday, so I ain't gotta make that. But best believe that's going with my gumbo today. We don't waste nothing around here. Man, you thought that was something. Join us next time on the Bon Ton Cooking Show. We're making a catfish couvillon, make you want to slap your mama. Until next time, Parrain loves you.